What's happening?
Gosh, like I'm feeling jealous right now. Where are you?
I'm here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very
My
jealous.
brother lives here. My niece and nephew, my other niece. My nephew here. He's playing his monster trucks. Say hey. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I
I was-
came here for the Thanksgiving. So yeah.
Okay, and I was joining us as you were saying you heard that it snowed in Chicago. Indeed. It,
How much did
yeah.
it snow?
hmm I mean it wasn't too bad, but yeah, we're cold over here. Yesterday was really cold.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Um, yeah. Oh, that's interesting because I feel like the first snow is always the thing that starts scaring people away. How do you think that? Do you see like a natural dip into to the market right away after the first snow? Yeah.
Not for a Chicagoan. Me myself, I was born and raised here in Chicago. It's like, okay, like it's just this time. So I think it's more so if somebody is coming from somewhere like sunny Arizona and they need to relocate to Chicago, it's like, why would I want to do that?
Yeah, that's what I think. Because man, I get that vitamin D here, and as soon as I get up, and it's such a natural, you got the natural high with the vitamin D. So, and then you go back to winter. But I also think like the four seasons, like is a good analogy for our life. It goes in different seasons. Sometimes, we need to like curl up in a ball like winter and then sprout out and grow. Like one of my favorite, I don't know if it's an analogy or quote, but it's like, you don't see the tree roots growing in winter, but like they're
Mhm.
getting longer and longer and longer. So it's like I always like remind myself like this is my time to like work on myself when it's my winter in my personal life. So I don't know, is there a season you feel like you're at in your life, whether it's spring, fall, are you growing, are you trying to get ready? Like where are you at in your life?
It's definitely the winter as well for me. I'm naturally a home, but a lot of people say, I see you out all the time. But honestly, it's as you know, also a part of the Chicago Association of Realtors. It's just that our work events are amazing. So it looks like we be partying, but we really be working in networking, right? So being that I'm a homebody, I actually prepare my house for the winter, like a hibernation. As it's an easy no it's easy way to decline invites because you can always blame it on the weather, right? Or family is in town. You could say somebody's in town or something like that, so you can stay in. So I actually prepare myself for the winter. I stock up on the food. I do a deep cleanse. I, stock
What's a deep cleanse
items.
look like with your house? Do you go around like saging it or anything? Any like?
Well, not necessarily saging, but I do a more thorough clean. It's kind of like a spring cleaning, but a winter cleaning.
Ooh.
Because once you start clearing your space around you, it just clears your mind, and then things get a little quieter in the winter time. So then you can focus. And then I start working on my business plan, like for the next year in October.
Ooh.
So that
So
is kind of
we're right there. So tell
yes,
us
it's
about your business plan. Like if I'm a newer agent, I'm like, what the hell is a business plan? Like where do I even like where's the first thing what is the first step I take if I'm a newer agent and don't even know like what my business plan should look like? What would you tell me?
well, it's I think it's pretty simple. So first and foremost, when you do get into real estate, you have to understand that real estate is a business. You are an independent contractor. You are your own business. Although your license is being held by a brokerage, you are and responsible for your own business. Number one, when you start thinking as a business person and not a salesperson, you set yourself up for success in the very beginning. And that's what I tell all of my agents. So um, I just told them when you're thinking about your business plan, real estate is just your product.
Mm.
And it should just be one of them, right? The sales aspect. And we could start there, but you build your business plan with room for growth so you can add other things under the real estate umbrella to this business plan. So if you are a new agent and you're trying to decipher like what does that mean for me, what we do in our business planning workshops with my company, we go in, we identify areas that you want to target and why you should want to maybe start in your backyard, because those are the people that you know, that's the neighborhood, you know, things like that. We look up the what the sales projection is in that area. Start off with ideally what you would like to make in a year. We break down that number by your average sales price in that area to determine how many homes you need to sell in that area to hit your goal. Once we can identify how many homes you need to sell, then we could go into the planning of it all. And then that will be what marketing I need to do. How do I need to target my sphere? What networking events that I need to do in my area to now be known as the real estate expert in my neighborhood, things of that nature. And we incorporate all of those things. So that's how you would start if you're new.
I have a question, two questions. First question is, for 2024, is there any different marketing you're going to be kind of putting more gas on than other ones? And then, like, any specific reason why?
Yep. Absolutely. So I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to pause, because I know people, this is your audience mostly, and people are probably like, who is this girl? Right? So I just want to tell everybody, my name is Sherri Jordan.
They know you, Sherri.
Yeah, we just went right in, but that's how we do. So thank you. But I'm Sherri Jordan, and I am the owner and designated managing broker of Suite 527 Realty Group. We're a residential brokerage here in Bolingbrook, Illinois, but we do service Illinois and Indiana. Okay, so I know, because they're like, why should I listen to this girl? I wanted to kind of let them know who I was.
I love that.
For 2024, I am shifting. And as I stated, that I started kind of working on my business plan in October, right? So if you kind of look at my page and you go from October to the present, you'll see that I've already been shifting my business more to a global presence than just local. And I am doing that because I think that it's just, I've been learning that it is just so much opportunity in these other countries. And I always challenge myself to not limit myself with a glass ceiling. I always want to think, beyond the local scope, beyond just what I can do in this room. What can I do in this building? And now I'm at the area, now that I've been in this business for 15 years and have been shifting my focus on not just being an agent in this, in the local market, but more so in the managerial role of my agents in the local market. And now my personal shift is managing my local agents, but taking my business international.
What does that mean?
So,
a drum roll.
I'm doing that on two levels. Number one, if there are other real estate agents in the industry that have been interested in maybe expanding their business, which I highly encourage, I can assist them with becoming an international sales agent in certain countries, and like Ghana and the Dominican Republic. Those are two. Where we cannot necessarily be an international sales agent because we have to maybe be a resident there, then I can connect you with someone boots on the ground in a country when you can be a referral agent. So a lot of agents don't know, or maybe just haven't thought about the same way that we build our referrals database from state to state. We can do that from country to country as well. So if you have a client that's interested, or Costa if you're my client, say client, I'm interested in the property over here, I can connect you with my partner over there. They can handle your transaction. They're the expert in that local market. And then I would get a referral fee. No different from doing it if I was referring someone to Arizona, right? So that's one way. A second way, me myself, I am looking into investment properties as a real estate investor in other countries. That's two. So I said it's two. It's actually three. And the third, any of my clients that are ready to expand their business, because I started my business in 2008. So I work with a lot of investors. So if my investors are also ready to go global, I can also assist them in other countries with building their investment portfolio there.
I'm trying to go global with you.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, well, speaking of like car and networking and stuff like that, did you get some of these ideas from like going to that there was a Costa Rica event, right? Did
Yeah,
you
that
go
was
to that?
a trade mission last year to Costa Rica. Honestly, I did not get the idea from that, but that let me know, oh, I need to tap into this, right? I had already started. So myself, I am also the COO of International Events and Affairs with Savvy Chicks in Real Estate. Savvy Chicks in Real Estate is now a global networking community where myself and the CEO, who is Makita Smith, we gather small, intimate groups of 20 attendees or less, and we travel to different countries. We learn about their real estate, how to invest in their market, the advantages and disadvantages of it, learn some of their culture, and of course, we put a little bit of excursions to have fun while we're there. So we had already started this initiative prior to me seeing the Costa Rica trade mission last year. Since then, so far with this year, we've already been to Bali.
Oh,
We've already been to the Dominican Republic. We've already been to Egypt and Dubai. And the reason my hair is like this, because on December 1st, on Friday, I'm heading out and I'm going to Ghana.
no way.
Yes, we already have
Holy
our
smokes.
schedule built out. We have several trips already booked for next year. And one thing about our trips is every single trip, we splash some culture, excursions, and definitely a real estate tour everywhere we go. So we're making those connections on the ground. How this ties back into CART, once I saw that, I knew that was something that I definitely wanted to be a part of, because that is, again, in my business plan and where I'm projecting we're going. So when the applications opened, I did apply for the Global Real Estate Council. And I'm pleased to say that I was appointed. This year, well, for 2024, the trade mission will be to Ghana in July, and that will be the 7th through the 12th of July. So I can now be an asset to both my real estate association and to the company Savvy Chicks in Real Estate, as well as being an asset for myself and adding a global division to Suite 527. So it hits it three ways.
Dang, that's intense. You're going global.
Yes, absolutely. I've gone global.
Yeah, you are
gone.
global. Yeah, get the past tense out of here. I am
Yeah,
global.
absolutely.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what I was going to ask you earlier too? Like a mindset shift you said you had is that you started treating your like real estate agent at like a business.
Absolutely.
Like what does that mean? Like what would you tell someone who's like not treating it like a business? Like what would they need to be looking out for, and things they shouldn't be doing, and what things did you see that when you shifted made like a big pivot in your journey?
So I'll tell anybody that's not treating their real estate business as a business, you're setting yourself up for failure. You are responsible for your own business. You are the CEO of your own company. I do see a lot of agents, both new and seasoned agents, that they are looking at their managing brokers or their companies to see what can you do for me, and I'm going to sit back and wait for you to give me a lead, or I'm going to bounce from company to company until I can find that. Your brokerage or a managing broker is not responsible for giving you leads. And a lot of people think that, and they're sadly mistaken. What you have to instill in yourself as you're doing this, if this is something that you want, you're going to have to be hungry. You're going to have to get up every day on days that you don't feel like it. You're going to have some broke days that you're going to have to go and show up anyway, as if you're the wealthiest person in the room. You're going to have that spirit and that dedication, and that's going to keep you moving. What I can tell you is you are responsible. There's no cap. It's unlimited earning potential in real estate. So if you do those things and you carry that spirit, you are going to make it. So real estate is a revolving cycle. I got in the industry in 2008. That was when a lot of even seasoned agents were leaving the industry because we experienced one of the most damaging economic downturns that our real estate industry has ever seen. Even now today, right? You think this is bad. Like we didn't know what was coming, even the banks, right? Me entering the market at that time, people were like, you have got to be insane. Yeah, I was, but I love knowledge. And I felt that if I get into this market in this challenging time and I can learn the market and succeed in this market, what am I going to do when it comes back around? Because
bingo
is and it's never going to change, is somebody is always going to need a place to stay, right? So that's what I did. And I learned how to work with investors, coming in, working with investors when no one else would, right? And then here I am 15 years later, still not only sustaining in this business. I was only part-time in the industry for 2 years. Oh, look at that. That's my celebration. But for 2 years, since 2010, I've been a full-time agent and now going to own my own company and managing other agents. Another thing that I would highly encourage agents to do, you have to reinvest in your business. People want so much free information, and it's so much you're going to get for free. Okay. If I've always been a lover of education, so I don't mind bringing that information back to you. But if I'm spending time away from my family to get this information, if I'm spending my money to take these courses, and I can tell you that I can mentor or coach you, that's where you drop off, right? You don't want to invest in your business. You want everything for free. Well, how are you going to elevate? You don't want to invest your own time. You don't want to invest your own money in the class, but you also do not want to invest in a coach or a mentor. How do you expect your business to grow in an industry that you don't know and you're trying to learn, right? And that's another one. And
so when you say reinvest, do you have any recommendations for classes or things to take?
So it depends on what your niche is. And I know niche, what, but I think that, again, going back to your business plan, because you can easily get out target. So you should always revisit your business plan, go back to your business plan, see what it was, see if you're steering off path, right? I can just give you an example. My business, again, has gone global. So for me, I am interested in international endeavors. So I made sure I got on the Global Real Estate Council with Chicago Association of Realtors. When I was just at NAR NXT, most of the sessions that I attended were the global sessions. I made sure the international night out so I can connect with people from Thailand, from Mexico, from Peru, like all over the world, right? Even other parts of it, investing in Africa myself. So you have to put yourself in those positions. So you would seek out. And then even the elephant in the room, the recent verdict that we did get with NAR, I made sure that I brushed up on my ABR designation, my accredited buyers. So I can not only show myself as a valued buyer's agent, I encourage the agents in my office to do so as well. That is going to stand out. And if I have a referral for you, I learned so much in that designation class that I feel more confident with sending my referral to someone who has also taken that designation, because it lets me know that they're investing in their career. And if you're investing in your career, you're a person that's going to take this seriously, and you're going to treat your clients as such.
Dang, I need a mic drop for you. Oh man, yeah, I think. Well, so you weren't always thinking this way, though. So, was there any steps you took along the way that got you in a different mindset? You know, I mean, starting in 2008 to what are we in 2023? So that's 15 years. Uh, like when you're getting going, I feel like it's not as easy. What would you tell someone who's trying to get going?
Just get it and don't stop. Again, so I'll tell you something. This is, and don't get me wrong. Like, you don't have to come from a hardship. I didn't necessarily have a hard upbringing, but I did have to go into survival mode quite a bit, right? And so it's just a no-brainer for me, right? And that's because I've had to. And I understand that everybody doesn't come from that, and that's okay. But again, this is the career path that you're choosing for your life. Real estate is not a job by any means. Whether you're an agent, whether you're an investor, whether you're a lender, this is a career choice. So what are you going to do to make this happen every day? You're working for your name. You're working for your brand. What do you want that presence to be? What, now we're in a social media world, it's only going to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
What do your great